So UFC 298 has just taken place, and this is my recap of the entire card. So we'll just quickly go through the early prelims and prelims. So Oban Elliott got a pretty decent win in his UFC debut. Rinya Nakamura, I would have liked to have seen him got a finish here, but I do feel like Rinya Nakamura, yes, he is young, so he does still have time to improve. And I feel like the skill set that he has will make him a serious threat in this bantamweight division. That's just my opinion. I feel like Rinya Nakamura, sooner rather than later, will be in the top 10 of the bantamweight division. Delima got a pretty impressive win over Junior Tafa, especially with all the issues that Delima had kind of said after the Derek Lewis loss. Like he was saying about his teeth were fucked and things like that. So it was nice to see him get a bounce back win. Amanda Lemos beat Mackenzie Dern. Now let's talk about the main card. So starting off the main card, you had Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. Now, I had picked Roman Kopylov to win this matchup. In terms of picks for me this card, this was kind of dog shit. But anyway, round one, Roman Kopylov looked great in my opinion, landing good body kicks, which I'm glad that he was throwing kicks and wasn't like scared that Anthony Hernandez would have caught him and took him down. He was willing to throw kicks, which was good to see. Anthony Hernandez was just shooting takedowns. Kopylov was doing a good job at defending them. One thing I will say is the pace of Anthony Hernandez is crazy. The pace that guy fights at, the constant shooting for takedowns. It's actually fun. I think people in my live stream were saying it was boring. To me, it was fun to watch. I liked this matchup. In round two, I believe, though, Roman Kopylov did hurt Anthony Hernandez with a shot to the body, but nothing else really came from that. Then Anthony Hernandez was finally able to start implementing his grappling, and it was only really a matter of time once Roman Kopylov was taken down for Hernandez to be able to sink in that rear naked choke. Great win for Anthony Hernandez. Hopefully they do give him now someone inside the top 10. I definitely think he does deserve this. Roman Kopylov, fair play to the guy for taking the fight on short notice. Hopefully he does bounce back and we get to see him again soon. Next up you had Merab versus Henry Cejudo. Now I'd picked Merab to win this matchup. Round one, Henry Cejudo done a great job in my opinion. He hurt Merab with that left hook. Henry Cejudo done a really good job last night of landing shots on the breakaway of the clinch. I thought he done a really good job with that. But Merab, I didn't think Merab had a particularly good first round. I think everybody can agree that round went to Cejudo. But after that, you seen Merab's corner telling Henry had gassed, and I said this in the live stream. How are they saying that? I don't think Henry had gassed. From rounds 2 to 3, Henry looked done. Henry looked defeated. Merab was just toying with him, speaking to Mark Zuckerberg. You seen him pick him up, carry Henry Cejudo halfway across the octagon, dump him in front of Mark Zuckerberg. And Merab hurt Henry Cejudo at times in that matchup. Great performance from Merab. I feel like the fans now are starting to warm to Merab, and I feel like you have to give this guy the title shot next. You have to. This guy is clearly the number one contender in this division. He has to fight for the belt next. No ifs, buts, or maybes. But yeah, for Henry Cejudo, that's it done, I suppose. He took his gloves off. He didn't get a chance to retire. Dana did say in the post-fight press conference that he's already retired before, so this is Merab's moment, not Cejudo. So I've said this in other videos. Henry Cejudo ruined his MMA career for money. He thought he was worth more than what he actually was, and he gave up the best years of his career, and he's came back now and he's lost back-to-back fights. He's a million miles off fighting for the title, in my opinion. He did say he would retire after this matchup. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet that he's retired, but yeah, Henry Cejudo, it's a shame. He definitely could have been top 5 of all time, in my opinion. What I want to ask though, let me know in the comments, is Henry Cejudo's wrestling, in terms of MMA wrestling, in terms of his MMA grappling, overrated? Because I think it is. Yes, he is an Olympic gold medalist, but in terms of, we've seen Merab out grapple him now, we have seen Aljamain Sterling out grapple him now. I just think his overall MMA grappling is overrated. Next up, you've got Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal now. People are saying, I've seen a lot of people saying Jeff Neal should have won this matchup. I know that everybody hates Ian Gary, but Ian Gary won that matchup pretty clearly, in my opinion. Jeff Neal did have moments, but there just wasn't enough. Jeff Neal would engage, land maybe 1-2 shots, then back off, drop the hands. Ian Gary would just stay at range, picking him apart with the straight shots and the knees up the middle. There's not really much else to say, to be honest. A good performance by Ian Gary. I did predict Ian Gary to win. Ian Gary did make the call out of Colby Covington. He said he wanted to be on the McGregor Chandler co-main event. That would be great, but I feel like they should headline Ian Gary, Colby Covington in Dublin. I feel like that would be a great matchup. Have a press conference for it. I think that's the fight that makes sense. I feel like it's a good fight for Covington to take as well. It's a big fight for both guys. Yeah, Ian Gary just proved that he is an elite welterweight. Let's be honest. Next up, the co-main event, we had Robert Whitaker, Paulo Costa. What a fun matchup. Paulo Costa, I can't remember the last time this guy was ever in a boring matchup. Round one, Whitaker done a good job landing the calf kick and working his blitzes. But then at the end of round one, Paulo Costa with a spinning heel kick. Honestly, if that had continued on that round, I do believe Paulo Costa would have finished Robert Whitaker. So round one for me went to Paulo Costa. Round 2 and 3, they were competitive enough, but I just feel like Whitaker was doing the better work. In terms of damage though, Paulo Costa busted Robert Whitaker's face up. So, I mean, I did see people saying they could have given this fight to Costa. For me, again, it was similar to the Ian Gary matchup. It was quite clearly a Robert Whitaker win in my opinion. You could have even said Whitaker won the first round. Outside of that spinning heel kick, there wasn't much really going for Paulo Costa. It was a great matchup though, a really fun one to see. Next up though, I'd like to see Usman versus Whitaker. If not Usman versus Whitaker, Strickland, Whitaker, and for Paulo Costa, I'd like to see Costa fight Hamzat Chimaev still, to be honest. I feel like that would be a great matchup. And finally, the main event, I was wrong. Like, hands up, I was so wrong about Ilia Topuria. I said he was overrated. I said I don't know what the hype was about. Ilia Topuria delivered last night. He knocked Alexander Volkanovski out cold. Ilia Topuria, I said this during my live stream. I did give Volk round one. I feel like he was more the volume won Volkanovski that round. But I said this, and it was kind of similar to the Josh Emmett Bryce Mitchell matchup where you could tell Ilia Topuria was looking for that one shot just to hurt and finish Alexander Volkanovski, and that came in the second round. Volkanovski wasn't doing a great job cutting angles in my opinion, and whenever Topuria did kind of find his rhythm and then blitz in, that perfect overhand right over the top caught Volkanovski on the chin, and that was it over. Ilia Topuria is a serious threat. This could honestly be a new legendary run in the featherweight division. What's next for Volkanovski? I feel like they will give him the rematch, and he does deserve the rematch. I feel like the perfect fight would be Ilia Topuria Volkanovski 2 in Spain. I feel like that fight makes the most sense. But I don't know if Volk can get it done, if I'm being honest. I mean, Topuria just I honestly don't really know what to say. Topuria just fucking smoked him. I really did not see that happening. Fair play to Ilia Topuria. He called out Conor McGregor. We all know that's not going to happen. But yeah, overall UFC 298 delivered in my opinion. It was a great card, and I'm looking forward to it. I think the next one is Brandon Royval and Brandon Moreno, which is a great fight night card. So yeah, shame Volkanovski didn't get the win. I was really backing Volk to get the win. I'm looking forward to the rematch though, to see what adjustments Volk can make. However, we have seen Volk in rematches. Max 2, he arguably lost. And then in Islam 2, he got head kick KO'd. So it's not as if Volk is the best at rematches, let's be honest. But yeah, overall, great card. Comment your opinion below on the card. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It does really help out. Social medias are linked above. And I will see you again in the next one.